There are some places in the shooting world where time seems to slow, and others where it seems to have stopped altogether. Spain, for me, has always been the latter. Driven partridge has been carried on there for over a century, largely unchanged since the British first exported the idea. The ceremony, the pride, the sense of occasion, it's all still here, alive and well.
But it just, every time I shoot and drive like this, Christ, it puts a smile on my face.
Which is why, when the chance came up to spend a day at El Crespo, I didn't hesitate. 25,000 acres of Castilla-La Mancha, with rolling ridges, olive groves, wild valleys, and a house that feels as though it was designed purely for hosting sportsmen. With every corner of the place whispering a little story. I came out to meet an old friend, Ed from Hadley's, who I first met years ago at Casa di Campo. He was spending a few days here with clients and the stars aligned for me to tag along.
And I'm led there in bed, buzzing. I'm like, go to sleep.
I know.
But we're shooting somewhere exciting tomorrow.
And making sure everything ran as it should, I was in the hands of Ollie from William Powell Sporting, who have been organising trips to Spain longer than most of us have been pulling the trigger. So welcome to my day at El Crespo, a shoot that has somehow kept the magic that so much of the world has lost.
When I think about driven bird shooting, I guess I always think about England as the origin and the heartland. But almost as old as driven bird shooting is, it's been happening here in Spain, and I'm here for my first time with a camera to experience it. This is going to be proper Spanish driven birds here at El Crespo. The tradition here isn't high and straight, it's low and curling and fast, working the birds across short valleys and wind. I'm excited. This is a beautiful, beautiful place. Let's go draw pegs. Let's go. It's just for luck, really. Mate, it's good to be back with you, mate.
Beautiful countryside, look at this.
Yeah. You shot yesterday, how is it? I'm quite excited.
Jonny joined us in the late hours of the night, so a very warm welcome to Jonny.
It was different than England. That was one of the biggest things that, you really wanted to be in an authentic spot in Spain shooting red-legged partridge, which is like a check. You've done it. It's amazing and it's different.
Wonderful day like this. Thank you.
So Spain does driven game differently, gloriously differently. Every gun has a loader and a secretario. The loader keeps the guns charged, the other stands by quietly keeping tally of what you shot and where it's fallen. The idea of two people fussing over me made me nervous, but I'd been assured the team here were relaxed about it all. Professional without being precious, and that I shouldn't worry about anything.
I think our tradition split like 110 years ago, so
And
I'm glad they do it in a Spanish way. Otherwise,
There you go.
why would you get on a plane, right? Why would you travel to come and do the same thing?
Feeling great. I'm a little bit sore.
No doubt. Calm.
Senor
so-
Pedro said, gentlemen, stop looking and start shooting.
Just drop a bag on the floor and away you go. Fellow, we're pitching camp.
A bit more prep.
Because they have the first giant shooting in Spain.
Boom, boom. Está cargado? Sí. That's loaded.
Perfect.
Boom, boom. You need to let 2 shots off into the air to start the drive.
What, me? Right now?
Yes, sir. Cambio.
Boom, boom.
Cambio.
Oh, good, we're good. We're in.
Rápido.
What I've taken away from it so far is I like this because I've missed my first 2 shots and it was absolutely fine.
That's because you weren't shooting anything.
That's better than usual. What can we expect today?
So today we are going to be shooting 5 drives. We're going to be seeing a variety of partridges. This drive to open shows a nice high partridge. Later on today we'll see some of the more sort of traditional style partridge, quite possibly through the sort of olive groves.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Spanish partridge, they like a bit all variety, same as back home, but it's way more accepted to drive them like a traditional partridge, straight in your face, winding around trees.
100%.
And that height in that thing is a bit more like grouse. As long as it's safe, pull the trigger.
Correct. And the Spanish are fairly liberal with that. You'll be absolutely fine to shoot low, and the Spanish encourage you to shoot low up until a certain point. And as the drive comes in, our loaders and secretary will give us a heads up, and then it's sort of up into the air only. Yeah.
That's mostly about beaters on the. Whoa, we go. I actually pay a whole bit about. So it might have been a bit low. That would have been
not too low.
Oh, it's still alive though, so that's good. One. Get a prize for one of the more beautiful drives in the world, and you could paint a more Spanish picture.
I would definitely agree with you. What do you think of it so far?
This is an awful lot like home, but with good weather, this kind of drive.
Yeah.
Nice partridge. Genuine partridge as well, coming in. He's not. Spain gets a bad rap for getting 1s and 2s over your peg all day. Proper driven, proper big groups coming off. Stuff from 20 to, we're trying at some 70-yard stuff, which is ambitious.
Haven't caught it yet, but here's a good one.
Oh, still a good one.
Still a good one.
Don't know why I let that come in so close.
Here's another good one. There we go. Oh!
Be down. That's a big old gap, I tell you. I love partridges, man.
Oh, tricky line.
Lost it.
Tricky line. Oh,
hit that second barrel. There's a nice bird. They're really quite tasty birds.
How'd you rate them?
Better than I expected from Spain.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same wherever you go, whatever you do in the world. You hit a few and you think, God, I'm naturally amazing.
You did have a good run.
Any effort to be godlike.
You had a very good run. I think for the first 3/4 of the drive, there was not a single one that you intended to kill that you let through.
Well, you will give me a pair of proper partridge guns, right? And I think we both agree that you have to have the right gun for the right job. Bringing a 9-pound over and under for this would be very much the wrong gun for the job. These, a nice gun that moves lively but steady enough when you need to try and shoot something at that sort of 35, 40 plus range is perfect. But you've got to remember, most people think they shoot 40-yard birds when they're shooting 25ers.
100%.
And a 25-yard bird needs a gun that you can mount on it and just rip. Oh, mate, what a drive. Thank you very much.
Not at all.
Exactly what I expected from Spain, but in the most wonderful way. Again, I think it's the importance of actually going with someone you trust when you're putting a lot of effort and time in to go somewhere.
I think particularly when travelling overseas, because there's more unfamiliarity.
Warm Wiltshire, but with a distinct Spanish flair, right? Epic breakfast, beautiful scenery, and the ability to just not worry quite so much about having to shoot X, Y, and Z. What's in the air is yours to go for.
Absolutely.
As long as it's safe.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, having grown up on beaters days and keepers days, it's much more my jam.
Wow, you shot very well.
Good boy, well done. I'll tell you what, the weather was really nice this morning. I'm now going to be very British again. It's a bit hot.
It is.
It's a big drive.
It's a big drive. Yeah, absolutely. They'll be bringing in a good lot of ground. Probably similar from this left-hand side as well.
I guess they're bringing in most of what they've just driven into that banking.
Correct. Yeah, and then the third drive will likely be pushed off this top from behind us here through, bringing the game through those olive groves up on the top.
It's just buckets of nice cover, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's perfect for them.
Mate, I love the fact that we haven't just got a peg in the ground. We've basically got a new city built for us on our Westler.
It's more substantial than my house.
Yeah, it's better. Most people just be like, that's where you are. I like this. It makes us feel like less as civilised as the sport is, I guess.
100%. No, it's quite the event. Perfecto.
It's going to be good, mate. A pair of quarter chokes.
How would you have them?
Can I use that as an excuse for not shooting the monstrously long ones cleanly?
Well, that one's full and full. The other one's full and full.
Is it really?
No, I don't know.
The sort of thing that Tom would do just to screw us up.
I don't know.
I know we're taking it easy today, but I guess I've always thought that double gunning, you have to be extra restrained not to just get lost in the moment.
I think it's very easy to get lost. But it's impressive to hear the volley of shots when these partridge coveys are coming through.
Well, that's what double gunning's for, right? So you can go bang, 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 and get 6 out of a covey.
Yeah.
And given that partridges don't usually come in singles.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why double gunning was invented.
100%.
Oh, okay. Oh, here it goes.
Whether they want that. We're always a little cautious.
Like, watching these birds coming over this horizon, it's almost grouse-like.
I think we're under. Oh!
There we go. I could watch drives come together. I think it's almost the best part of drive is watching one come together. You know, when you know the volume of game is building up in that flushing point, and you know hell's about to break loose. Up the left-hand side of him. The way I look at it. Oh my God!
It's now coming.
They can drive partridge pretty good.
Pedro's father-in-law's done it for 65 years here, and now Pedro joined him 35 years ago.
It's a lot of knowledge.
It's been a
lot of combined knowledge.
The family's sort of world-renowned for their partridge, but also their big game hunting across the world, and I think that becomes really evident in the way that he runs it.
Oh, they love it. He's putting it on like he wants to be stood here. I can feel that, right?
Definitely. Which I think is super important, and I think it gives it a really nice feel to the day.
Apparently I'm killing them too good, so I'll need to stand in and miss a couple.
Fortunate enough to shoot these a little bit over the last few years. Most recently on some grouse. I'm a huge fan of them.
It's the perfect classic game gun, right? I think we're all addicted to 9-pound monsters. And I am, certainly for the high bird stuff, but one forgets, it's the wrong tool for the job for proper game shooting.
No, I totally agree.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, baby. He's good, isn't he? He's good. Yeah, it's probably needs airspace. Nice, nice, nice. Oh.
It's coming back for more.
Give me that gun. Oh, oh. Oh my God.
Jeez, he's a big one. And do you know what 50 shot? This is a left and right duo.
Oh! There it is.
After the second drive came Elevenses. And in Spain, that means tapas.
Yeah, so life's about balance, mate. If you killed everyone, you'd be like, you know, Ollie.
Small plates, cold drinks, and the usual great conversation.
Usually on these trips with the boys from William Powell, we're joined by Tom. And at this point, you'll have noticed he's not here, and that is very sad. But he did arrange the guns that we just talked about to be here. And these are William Powell Phoenixes. We discussed it at length, and I was happy to shoot a pair of side-by-sides, but I shot the Phoenix to 28 gauge, and honestly, it's one of the nicest 28 gauges out there, I think, just in terms of fit, finish and feel. It's Rizzini underneath, of course, but built to their spec with their slightly different level of finish and, well, slightly different level of service from Tom and the lads. What's interesting is this is not a spec that I'd usually go for back home, given the sort of game shooting I do. But it's case in point that, although I am a proponent of the phrase, beware of the man with one gun, he probably knows how to use it, I feel like there should be a caveat that says, beware of the man with guns that are specific to the sport that he's doing. He probably knows a little bit about the sport that he's doing. And these have been perfect. I've shot well under 2 to 1 today with them, which is better than I deserve by quite a margin for guns that don't fit me particularly, but they just move like absolute demons. Connect, drive, bang. You're not talking big gaps, but you're talking about purity of line and making sure your line's absolutely perfect, and this is great for it. It's got that between the hands balance that is just, I say instinctive, allows you to release your training upon the birds. So I guess release your trained instinct. I love the swept back grips. They are one of my favorites for this kind of thing. Super versatile. Yeah, there's no palm swell, but to be honest, I just want to dominate on a gun like this with my right hand. My left hand is on a rounded forend, so it just feels super natural. Solid mid and top ribs, which for me at least is an aesthetic preference, and the wood grain is extremely palatable. It's got some lovely little touches in the extended trigger, the beading there, and the ebony grip cap as well. I kind of like that. The engraving, well, you can see the engraving. It's loud and proud, but also elegant enough that it's not obnoxious. It's a pair of guns, runs at like 17 grand. It's enough money, but I really do feel like they're enough gun, properly fit for purpose. I know that these guys build a good gun. Rizzini built a great gun for them, and the spec of it is absolutely bang on. And I hate to compliment Tom once again, seeing this is one of his babies, but he does know how to put a gun together.
For the third drive, I decided to ease back a little. I wandered over to join Ed, who was hosting a group of his clients. I find it as much of a pleasure to stand behind a friend's peg, watch their birds and share in their experience, as I do to stand by myself pulling the trigger.
My favorite game bird. I love partridge.
I just love them.
And I grew up shooting partridge, so that's why I just enjoy it more and more.
To slow you down. Nice work. They die a bit easier, they eat a lot better, they're easier to carry.
Yeah, last night we had it on the main course last night, yeah, it was fantastic.
Nice. It's good to watch it.
Community, companionship, and that strange and brilliant mixture of excitement and calm that only bird hunting seems to produce.
Good shooting.
Thank you.
This is a bit of a different drive, Ollie. Like, it's amazing. We drove over the back of the estate, given that it's quite sizable. It's changed a lot.
It's got an awesome variation of topography across the whole squad. It's a big place. It's about, well, it's circa 25,000 acres.
Yeah,
so they've got a lot to go at.
And I feel like those guys up there are going to have some serious snap shooting, and we're placed out the side where we've got potential for some big birds.
I expect so. If they break off that top peeling left,
oh, we're going to do some missing.
They're going to take.
We're going to ruin today's ratio chronically.
Well, it's oh,
that's a bit big. As well. All right.
It's
Really just there.
Yeah, they're up there they're much higher, the guys up there, they're on a higher platform.
And we're nice and low. I think the birds are better for us down here. This one. Right, this one at the back. Here. This one down our throat. No, do that. There we go. Proper Spanish style, down your throat.
Yeah.
Might be 15 yards, 20 yards.
Pretty exciting.
But you've still got to get on it and kill it.
People can often struggle with them through gun speed more than anything else.
Well, we're all set up for high birds, right? Like that, you mean?
No, yeah.
A slow gun, trying to shoot it like a big driven bird, where actually you just need to connect, bang! And hence...
Magpie.
It's the magpie, once again, I mean, that's a long way. Would you begrudge me a try?
No. It's still a magpie. What's your usual style of shooting?
It definitely depends on the birds, right?
Yeah.
This kind of stuff you can't do slow, steady swing through like you do on a big pheasant, where you can come into the back, read the speed, and really make a move. This stuff I find I don't know if you agree, come into the front edge of the bird, mount onto the bird, make a quick move. There's not a lot of time for mucking around, and if you do, I'm usually out of line or make a bad move.
Yeah.
It's not instinct, but it's instinctive. It's quick.
Sure.
Like I say, it's all training
Yeah.
or experience, as you know.
Yeah.
Don't just magically hit them. But I find that more successful with this kind of stuff.
If they're coming in a big flush as well, you know, you don't want to be spending too much time on a single one.
Oh, this team is not as good as shooting these as they are at the really big steady stuff. This is really interesting to watch, right? Because technically these are easier birds.
Sure.
No doubt these are easier birds. The world has become obsessed by high birds, but the amount of laughter and frustration happening in this line just goes to show that it doesn't need to be 40-yard screamers to bring joy to a shooter. Shooter gives you pleasure is such a common word. I think people feel almost guilty for
Enjoying it.
enjoying stuff that when you miss it, it's or even don't see it to get the gun on it in time. It's a different way of getting beaten that has been perhaps neglected in the UK.
In recent years.
Yeah.
I think historically it was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, to get beat by speed and angle.
Yeah.
What an experience. Not my first taste of Spanish partridge, but without question my most
All
authentic.
good. Really good. Thank you very much.
A day that felt rooted in something older, calmer, and more deliberate. A glimpse of a different arm of driven game shooting, and one that has been looked after with a ton of care and pride. We ended our day together back at the villa, gathered around a long table for dinner.
I really have enjoyed Spain. It's not England, obviously.
Yeah.
And embracing it for what it is has been thoroughly enjoyable. Not whinging because they're not birds. Getting amongst it, missing them because it's what it is, shooting a gun that's appropriate, enjoying the culture, enjoying the food. 10 out of 10 would do again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think it's a country that has got mixed reputations because there's some places here, like in England, that are not worth going to. This one, as always, Ollie, has been an incredible trip of a lifetime once again.
I'm pleased, and I think there's something awesomely special about Spain. You know, I've been fortunate enough to come a number of times over the last 7 years, and actually every time I get on that plane to come out here, I still find it hugely exciting, and there's just a real romance to it.
The food was exceptional. The staff were warm, and the whole evening felt like the final note in a piece of music that had been composed over generations.
amazing experience in Spain.
Flamingo
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, all of that. Jonny, thanks for being here. Ollie, thank you so much for organizing everything. It's been a great experience, and everybody's raving about it. Good.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be back soon.
For those that haven't had the opportunity to do it yet, I think it's something certainly worth exploring. It offers amazing venues, awesome hospitality, epic shooting, which hopefully we've shown you today.
Super fun.
And actually the value for money is, you know, it's there.
It's there, right? If you're gonna do it once, do it right. Get amongst it.
As you've probably guessed, this wasn't my usual sort of shoot, or my usual sort of crowd. There's a richness to stepping outside your normal circle and your normal way of being. Different places, different traditions, different ways of doing things. And this trip reminded me just how rewarding that can be. My thanks to William Powell Sporting for organising a day that reignited my appreciation for Spanish partridge. And to Ed for insisting I tidy myself up both in looks and personality and indulge in something different.